and see what's happening. Let's get into it.
Texas cattle ranchers are on high alert after a parasite called the New World Screwworm was detected just miles away in northern Mexico. Now, while the parasite usually just targets animals, a man in Maryland is the first human to contract it here in the U.S. Health officials say he got the parasite after traveling to El Salvador. Let's bring in CBS News reporter Karen Waugh. She joins us live. Karen, this story kind of makes my skin crawl. So how exactly does this parasite target a host animal or person?
Well, Elizabeth, yeah, making your skin crawl, definitely relatable here. This screwworm enters the flesh through an open wound. And like you said, that can be either in animals, livestock, pets, and humans included. And if it's not treated within 72 hours, it could cause severe infection or even death. So as you stated, the screwworm was detected in northern Mexico. So since the Department of Agriculture has shut down the southern border to cattle and horse imports, officials worry a screwworm invasion in Texas could jeopardize the state's $12 billion cattle industry. And Texas has more cattle than any other state in the U.S. This at a time closing the Mexican border has already reduced cattle supply, and that makes many people worry about the beef supply. At the same time, beef prices are at an all-time high. Elizabeth.
Karen Waugh, live for us in Texas. Thanks so much, Karen.
Let's get over into this next video. That is wild. That looks wild.
And a health headline for you right now at 4:30. A deadly flesh-eating larva was found in the U.S. and now that's also a big concern for cattle. Local 10's Nella Sobovic is in Miami with the very latest.
While there aren't any New World screwworm cases in animals or in humans in the state of Florida, doctors and health officials do want to get on top of it, educate and inform the public in case there is an outbreak. New World screwworm is a devastating pest.
And it's just a matter of time until it spreads.
It's a
Now, no, I don't like to pause it too much, but that is the smart thing to do. The main thing, if they're scared about something spreading or contagion, is getting the public's known about it. Let more people know about it, what the possibility of it happening. That way people are more prepared and can take steps to protect themselves. So, yes, that is a very smart thing to do. But let's keep going into this.
Screwworm is a devastating pest.
And it's just a matter of time until it spreads.
It's a parasitic fly that lands on an open wound. Females lay anywhere from 200 to 300 eggs. Once they hatch, the maggots feed on live tissue, causing a painful infestation in humans and in animals. Dr. Ori Eisenberg-Weinger from Wags Animal Hospital explains.
And then what happens from that point is you get secondary bacterial infections, inflammatory responses, and that's why it's fatal within 7 to 14 days.
While human cases are rare, just last week a human infection has been confirmed in Maryland. The patient returned from El Salvador. It comes amid an outbreak among livestock in Mexico and countries across Central and South America.
The predominant location of this fly is in Central America, and nature goes north and south. So that's why these geographical areas are affected.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture says to date, New World screwworm has not been reported or detected in the United States in animals. And it's typically not found in the U.S., but health officials are already trying to get on top of it before it becomes a major issue like how it did in the 1960s, creating devastating health and financial impacts.
It spent from Louisiana to California, resulting, if you adjust for inflation, of about $1.8 billion to the U.S. economy, affecting 7 million cattle.
We've dealt with this in the past, especially here in Florida. You may recall in 2016, the screwworm was attacking key deer. It can also affect household pets. Dr. Ori tells us what to look out for.
Larva wound that is progressing. Maybe the animal wants to seclude itself. Anorexia, lethargy.
So what's being done to stop a potential spread? Sterilizing flies has proven to be the most effective approach. A facility will be constructed in Texas near the border to produce up to 300 million sterile flies. While there are no cases in Florida, Dr. Ori says the key is to stay informed.
The goal is not...
You have to stay informed. That's wild. That is absolutely wild.
Dr. Ori says the key is to stay informed.
The goal is not to scare people, right? Early detection, early intervention is key.
So you just heard from the doctor right there. No need to be scared or to be panicked, simply informed. Again, the risk to the public is low at the moment. And if you are traveling in those areas where there is an outbreak, you are urged to keep your wounds clean and protected. Reporting out of Miami, Sanella Sabovic, Local 10.
I mean, that's the main thing you need to do in any kind of room. Keep it clean, keep it closed. That's absolutely wild. Now let's get over into this article to see if we can, there's any more information that can tell us about what actually the screwworm is or any more stuff like that. So let's get over into it. And let's pull up this article for everybody can see it. All right. So Yahoo News. Yahoo News is our fan. Screwworms, a fresh-eating parasite, have U.S. officials and ranchers bracing for infestation. So a screwworm can kill cattle within days. U.S. health officials reported first human case of screwworm was just last month. Although the patient has recovered, there was no indication that the infection spread to any other people or animals. Some states are still concerned about the rising rates of screwworm infestations outside of the U.S., particularly in Mexico. Texas ranchers are focusing on how to protect their cattle, according to some local outlets. While Kansas Department of Health and Environment issued a September 5th alert urging healthcare providers to stay vigilant. Humans can become infected with screwworms when they travel to endemic or outbreak areas. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment alert says the Center of Disease Control confirms that the patient in Maryland had recently traveled to El Salvador. So he traveled to the area. What is a New World screwworm? The screwworm name comes from the way the larva tends to screw themselves into open rooms. APHIS says the maggots will tear apart the skin tissue with their hooks and start expanding and deepening the wound so more larvae can hatch. Jesus. Sorry, don't use that name in vain. Describes adult screwworms as the size of common household flies with orange eyes, metallic blue or green body, and 3 dark stripes along the backs. Each screwworm has a 10 to 30 day lifespan and can lay up to 3,000 larvae during its myalis. Myalis? Thinking of saying that right. When the fly larva or maggot burrows into the flesh of the living animal, they cause serious, often deadly damage to the animal. Keeping it out of the United States is crucial to protecting the livestock industry, economy, and food chains. Here's some symptoms. Extreme pain. Affected person may be able to see or feel moving around inside them. Symptoms can include skin lesions, aren't healing, constant bleeding from open sores, feeling movements within the skin, wound, nose, eyes. God. For some mammals, birds are who are infected start seeming more irritable, start shaking their heads, and likely to smell like decay. Ugh. Is there a treatment? The CCC strongly recommends contacting the healthcare provider immediately if you believe you're infected. Do not try to remove it yourself. There are currently no approved drugs for treating this. Absolutely nasty. That is wild. Oh my God. Yeah, they say the main thing to help protect it is to keep your wounds clean and covered up. Use insect repellent. Sleep indoors. Absolutely disgusting. Just be careful and keep your wounds clean, y'all. It doesn't look like it's spreading right now, but they say there's a potential. There is a potential for them to start spreading in the U.S. So they have to be prepared for it. They have to be prepared for if anything like this can happen. Absolutely crazy. Oh, messed up a little bit. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, all right, everybody, remember this is AC Reviews the Word. Remember to like and subscribe.